Welcome to the Lifestyle Cabarete podcast. I'm Audrey Mayer, your host, a passionate water woman and real estate expert in the Dominican Republic. Join us as we dive into the vibrant lifestyle, thrilling sports, and amazing investment opportunities. We'll share inspiring stories of expats and locals who have embraced the Cabarete lifestyle, chasing their dreams and finding success. Let's dive in. Hey guys, welcome to today's podcast. I'm here in Cabarete's home with my good friend, Mark Kemenosh. Hi, Mark.
Hi, Audrey. Nice to be here. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. So I'm super stoked to have you here, Mark,
Great.
Because not only we are good friends, we are windsurfing, kite surfing, paddleboarding together. You have an amazing story to tell, Mark. You've been in Cabarete since more than 35 years, coming from the United States, building your home here, having your entire family, and I would say growing older and happy.
Yes, true. Very true.
Right?
Right, very true.
So tell us, what made you come at the first time in Cabarete?
Sure. My wife and I were windsurf addicts. We were driven by the wind. And we had traditionally gone to Maui in the winters and the Gorge in the summer, heavy, hot windsurfing spots. And we'd read something about Cabarete as the new destination for windsurfing.
Which year was that?
This was in 1987.
1987.
Yes. So we had just had our first child. He was maybe 4 months old. And we decided to come down for Christmas and New Year's to check it out, see what was going on. And it's funny, at that time, the airport was just a Quonset hut, and they would just push the luggage through a little hole in the wall. But we had all our gear, brought surfboards, windsurfers. It's like packing a lot of stuff, as you know. You have booms and masts and sails. So we brought that. My sister we brought down as a nanny, and we were hooked from then. We came back, I think, 2 more times in 88. So and just continued to come back.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So what made you decide for coming to Cabarete? You originally from New York, New Jersey, right?
Yep.
So coming from New Jersey to the Dominican Republic, which in the 90s was maybe a little fisherman village, right?
Yes, this was a little fisherman village. There was maybe one restaurant, a Dominican restaurant, maybe one bar, no housing at all or anything. So it was definitely the start of Cabarete, which has changed dramatically over 30 years.
Were you scared?
We're never scared. Never, ever scared, ever. No, because the people are so wonderful that they're very wonderful, loving, and accepting. And so there was never a fear factor here. But it was mostly Dominican, very few foreigners, because it was the start of, the windsurf call for down here.
So explain me why you changed your mind from going to Maui, which is Maui, everybody knows Hawaii. It's one of the most popular places for windsurfing, or was at the time, to the Dominican Republic.
So, as I said, we had just had our first child, and it was close. It's only 3.5 hours from New York, from New Jersey, 3.5 from Quebec and Montreal as well, and Toronto. So it was easy to get to, and probably half the price.
Half the price.
Right. And I would say that still holds down.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you got off the plane in Hawaii with $1 million, it's worth $500,000.
Yeah.
And here, if you get off with $1 million, it may be worth $2 million because of all the services you get, and everything's grown here. There's not a lot of stuff. There's great fruits, vegetables, everything.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. So you told me a little story before we go live. It's like this place where we are here, it's actually your home.
Yes.
Right? And
Yes.
we are right here, guys. This is Cabarete Beach. It's sunset soon, so enjoy the view. But you bought this property nearly 30 years ago.
Yeah. Well, I had I had an incident in my life where I'd heard somebody say, I should have bought this 20 years ago, and I had a chance to do it, and I didn't. So while I'm looking at this property, that person popped up in my head. And I said to myself, I don't want to come back here in 20 years and say, I had a chance to buy it, and I didn't, because it's a beautiful property. It was, at that time, it was way out of town. There was nothing here. And of course, now this is almost like a better center of town because there's restaurants, there's supermarket. You can walk everywhere. You don't even need a car here.
Yeah.
You don't need a car unless you want to go surfing.
Yeah.
Right?
How did you feel about buying a property in the Dominican Republic in the 90s?
Well, it was a lot harder then. Deeds were hard to get by, what's it called? The Deslinda. So it was a lot more difficult now with the real estate that you have. And certainly you're here to help people make that smooth, easy transition. And thing I do see now is a lot more retirees coming here and a lot more Americans coming here because great value for your money, less expensive living, and it's beautiful.
Yeah. So talking about that, actually, let's move a little forward because, Mark, can I say your age?
Yeah, sure.
I think you 69.
69,
right?
yeah.
69 years young.
Yeah, try
and
to be.
Still ripping, shredding waves on a paddleboard,
Yeah.
on a windsurf board, on a wing foil board.
Yes, indeed.
Mark is out every day with me in the water out there shredding
right.
waves. So would you say that Cabarete has helped you age well?
Absolutely. Well, because you're in the water all the time, vitamin C, as we say, and you get plenty of vitamin D. But yeah, I think it keeps, it's definitely because of the sports here, it keeps you young for sure. But there's also been a lot of people that come from Europe and Canada and the States that bring good stuff with them, yoga and Pilates and spin classes. I mean, there's everything here that you could want, and you don't have to look too far. It's right within walking distance.
Well, if the doctors say so.
That's
so,
right.
Mark, you retired.
Yes.
But in New Jersey,
Yes.
What was your occupation?
So I was a sports chiropractor in New Jersey, worked with a lot of big time athletes, pro athletes, Olympic athletes, and weekend warriors. And so have good experience with what you need to do to stay moving and keep moving, which is the key to one of the keys to longevity. And then the other key is certainly not eating the processed foods. And you, as I said before, you can get beautiful fruits, vegetables, pretty much anything you want. Really inexpensive too.
Absolutely.
So, it's got the lifestyle that you're looking for.
Are you looking to, I know you retired, congratulations,
Thank
it's
you.
a little time. Are you looking to spend more time in Cabarete here?
Absolutely. I'd spend as much time as I could. We're going to have grandkids, so we'll be back in Jersey with them a little bit, but this is our place. This is our retirement spot.
Would you say that it's an easy place today to retire, to live a healthy lifestyle?
Absolutely.
For maybe people who are, and you've seen it, right? Cabarete now see people who are a little older, even we see some 70, 80s years old folks. So would you say it's an easy place for people, older people to live?
Absolutely. It's phenomenal. Even the medical systems are good. The dentistry is good. You can get all the same things you get in the States. I know better than Europe and Canada. But even with COVID, you see people walking on the beach all the time, even people that maybe aren't in the best shape, but they're out, they're walking, they're playing, and it's the general feeling here, it's a very special place. Yeah. And it's got a lot of, for lack of a better term, just a lot of power of people and things and what everybody brings to it. I mean, even the windsurfers brought the next sort of ship was a lot of restaurants. Yeah. And there's great restaurants down here.
Yeah.
You can go high line or low line. You can have good Dominican food, or you can eat top of the line food if you want.
What would you say if your daughter, which I know, Jill, would tell you that I want to raise my kids, your grandson here? What would you tell her?
I would tell them absolutely. I would love to have the grandkids here 2-3 months a year because they're outside. There's tons of things to do. You just don't have the clothing, and everything's fresh and right in front of you. Yeah, we'd love that.
Mark, do you see yourself windsurfing and wing foiling every day here
as much as I can? Yeah,
as long as you can.
Until I can't do it anymore. Absolutely. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, because as you know, I mean, we're all surfers everybody started out surfing. I've been surfing since I was 10 years old, so it keeps you young and it keeps a big smile on your face because you get out of surfing or windsurfing or kiting or winging, and you're like, "This is awesome. I want to do it all over again, just like a kid."
Mark, I think you are the biggest kid out there. When I'm in the water with this guy, he's just like Peter Pan.
Well, best surfer is the one having the most fun, right?
That's true.
So,
yeah.
Or whatever the sport is.
Yeah. Mark, thank you so much.
My
is
pleasure.
there anything I missed?
No, I don't think so. Any other questions you have or anything? But it's a great place. Audrey's a great real estate agent, speaks French and English and Spanish, of course, so she can settle all your needs. I highly recommend her. We're very good friends, so I'm a little biased.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
Thank you guys for following us. See you on the next podcast. And that's a wrap for today's episode of Living the Cabarete Lifestyle. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining me on this wonderful journey, and we'll see you on the next show. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button on YouTube so you never miss an episode.